Hello and welcome here to the second race at Suzuka for the Rei Sportscar Championship, and yet again we've got a reverse grid of the previous race results. So Cyberstrike is starting on pole position, with second place being Tyler, with Alex Sinclair just behind in third. Fourth is Sig, Rez and Nico, with Sammy rounding out the top five, and then in sixth place we've got Bradersby, and then in seventh place we've got our winner from race 1, Mako, and then Pix Tecker, he's at the back of the grid after his own personal decision. We have an 18 lap race here, soft and medium tyres available. The mandatory tyre is the medium compound, just like previous races. So let's see how this goes. Now Cyberstrike is on the medium tyres at the start of this race for once, unlike last time here at Suzuka. But we are away here for this 18 lap race. We've got Tyler and Alex, they'll be looking to make early ground. And if we just look at their tyres, we see that Tyler has started on softs, as has Alex Sinclair. So they're going to be very quick in these early stages, but they will have to use the slower medium compound at some point in this event. Just looking at this fantastic Richard Burns livery as both of these drivers actually catch up to Cyberstrike. Let's just go on board with second place Tyler. Oh, Cyber's a little bit wide, but still holds on to the lead, and Alex Sinclair there with a great opportunistic manoeuvre, going on the inside, but on the outside for Degnan. That's going to be a tough move, and he backs out of it and stays into third, but now he's on the inside into Degnan too, backs out of it again, I think. And now Sig here is around the outside of Alex, so Alex could have been in second, instead is in fourth, and there's major side-by-side contact. Further back we got Bradersby diving down the inside of Sammy. And in all of that mess, Sammy I think has been the loser there, losing out to Bradersby, but they're pretty close together. Sig got in fourth place still, but he was already there. We've got Sammy going around the outside of Bradders. He just lost that position, and now to go through the second part of Spoon. Oh, there's the slightest bit of contact. There was space, but just the slightest bit of contact, and that's kind of unfortunate for Sammy to end up getting onto that curb. Meanwhile, Mako now making his way into the top five, are on the inside of 130R with Bradersby. So Mako making early ground here, but if we go back towards the front, Cyberstrike has had a poor run through that chicane, I think. If we just look with Tyler, he might have an opportunity to turn one. Oh, well, he's definitely got an opportunity now. Cyberstrike lost some focus, it seems, and went off the track with a pretty unusual mistake. But Tyler's now taken the lead, and Alex Sinclair is in second. Now Alex could have taken the position there on lap 1, but took it easy as it is an 18 lap race, not a 5 lap sprint. So the top two drivers, they are on soft, and then our first driver on the on the slower compound is that of Sig Rezanico 77. He is our championship leader, but our race winner from race 1 is just behind him. It's all pretty close here through the top 7 cars. Yeah, we've still got Cyberstrike here just on the back of Sammy after his mistake. And then we've got Pix Tecker, who's making a mistake there at Degner. That's unfortunate for him. And also we do not have Noki, who was in the previous race here at the Suzuka circuit. Where is Mako? Well, he is getting away from Bradersby and Saminos. He'll be looking to target Sig Rezanico. Oh, but not like that. He's off the track, and now he's braking half on the grass. Will he make it to the apex? He does, and that's Tyler off the track. Was there contact, or has he braked too late? We'll have to catch that on a replay. Oh, I think there's more contact, but let's just see. And has Tyler just braked too late? He has. He's braked about 30-40 metres too late. Hit that barrier. Alex takes the lead here at Suzuka. And then we can see that there was all just a slight ghosting issue there. Unfortunate timing, but Tyler drops down to 5th. He's still ahead of Sammy, and Cyberstrike's gone off and goes off again. I don't know where he went off previously. Oh, that's a heavy impact, so I think he's lost it coming out of Spoon. And that is not what he would have wanted at the start of this event. But back up front, it's Alex who's now got the lead. So we did have Cyberstrike in the lead, and he made a mistake. And then we did have Sigras and Nico, but he made a mistake. Sorry, then we did have Tyler, sorry. But he then made a mistake. So Alex has moved up to 1st, Sig in 2nd, and Mako has gained 4 positions so far, 7th to 3rd. A few of those have been due to issues, and then he also overtook Brothers V at 130R as they go past the Coca-Cola Zero sign. We can see that the fastest lap so far is a 51.4 by the medium runner of Sigras and Nico. It'll be interesting to see if he can stay with Alex, as Alex is on soft tyres. We can see that the top 6 are all still pretty close together. Let's just hear the engines as I stay quiet for a bit. But we've now got a battle for the lead, as Alex made a big mistake there at the chicane. Also, it is pretty close for 7th and 8th. We'll look at that soon. Yeah, so it seems as if Alex will hold on to the lead for now. But what is happening here between Pix and Cyberstrike? We've had some good racing here. I don't know if I can catch an overtake. No, I sadly cannot. But here on the inside, Cyberstrike went for the move. Oh, slight contact, and that sent Pix off the track. But Cyberstrike just slowed down to allow Pix to stay ahead. Cyberstrike will be looking for a cleaner move into 130R. But we'll just switch back to our battle for the top 6. Specifically the top 2. Sig looks incredibly fierce there in the 2016 Honda NSX. All of the cars used here are the 2016 Group 2 cars, none of those 2008 trash cars. Ooh, and both of the drivers on the grass, but I think it's Alex who got a slightly worse exit, but he is still very clear going into that hairpin. And it's actually now Mako who might turn to be the aggressor pretty soon on. Here we are with Mako, so we've got a GTR, 2 Honda NSXs, and then in 4th place and 5th are 2 Lexus cars. It doesn't sound right to say Lexus, does it? So just on board with Mako, and actually that's a very good exit from Sig ahead. Really has pulled away. Meanwhile, Cyberstrike has got past Pickdecker for 7th. I'll try and see if I can see this. Oh, well, I have no idea what's happened. Oh, it was another incident. Cyber had actually got past through 130R, but I think Pix let him past after that incident. On to lap 5 now, so sorry for that little cutaway. Just trying to catch all of the action for all 8 drivers here today. But Alex Sinclair still holds on. Sig, Mako, Brothers, Sammy and Tyler are the rest of the top 6. We've got the Mika Hakkinen car with Vodka West. We've got Boss Mobile 1 logos. Well, here is the Richard Burns livery car. We've got Logitech and Bell symbols on it, and it might not be the leading car for much longer. Sig, this is the closest he's been. Going into the hairpin, that would be some move. No, he's playing it safe for now. We can see that Alex's soft tyres are more worn, obviously, but he's actually still conserving them pretty well, especially with the amount of pressure that is being put on him, and Tyler's dropped down to 6th. When has that happened? Well, it's happened a while ago. It's just through Spoon. This was a lap ago. Sorry for missing it. He's had to take the really, really slow route there, as if you turn too harshly, you can lose complete control of the car. But if we just skip ahead another minute back to where we were, so that's a real shame for Tyler. He'll be looking to gain some ground on those soft tyres now, and then maybe he can get back into the top 5 near the end. But if we go towards the front, still no change of position, but still a whole heap of pressure being put on the Irish driver. He's yet to win a race this season or the previous season. In fact, I don't believe he's had a podium this season. This is definitely his best chance at a podium, let alone a win, so far in Season 6 of the Rei Sportscar Championship. The top 4 are pretty closely matched so far. They're all doing low 51s. The fastest lap though is 50.6 on lap 3 from Mako. And then we've got Brothers V doing 50s as well. Someone gone off? Wow, Sigrid and Nico's gone off. So while we were just checking the lap times, I seem to be missing everything live today. And that's a good 50 metres late from Sig. Bounces off the AstroTurf that has had its fair share of that car so far this event from the previous race. And the driver that won that previous race, Mako, has now inherited 2nd place, so he's now gone from 7th to 2nd, but Brothers V is unable to make the previous ground. Sorry, he tried the dummy, didn't work, stays in 4th place. Just further back, Cyberstrike's had a good lap there at 54.7, that's much more like it, and he's going a second quicker this time around. Pixtecker, I think, is also on his best lap so far, but he is a few seconds back now from the British Lexus driver. Well, the one ahead of him, not the one in 4th. Maka having to defend from Sigrid and Nico, and Sigrid and Nico's gone around the outside at the hairpin. That's a fantastic move. Let's just catch the preparation for that. So what's happened is Maka's made a big error. He's missed the first apex, got onto the curbing there, and it's going to be very hard to defend from there for the Hungarian as Sig swooped around the outside going into hairpins. That's very, very sleek. So that was one of the first mistakes we've actually seen Mako make here at Suzuka. It was a pretty splendid time in race 1. But what's going to happen now through Spoon? Mako is actually very, very, very close to Sig, and let's just go on board with him. This could be a fantastic slipstream for him. We got Honda versus Honda. Where is Sig go? Sig goes to the inside, Mako around the outside. This could be one of the moves of the season, and I think he pulls it off. He does. That's a fantastic move there from Mr. Mako. Foot to the floor. Incredible driving from both of those to get through that turn safely. And that's actually allowing Brothers V to catch up. Meanwhile, in 5th place is Sammy. He's kind of in the world of his own. However, we know from race 1 that he can make the soft tyres last. So maybe he'll go for an early pit stop, and from there we might see him try and undercut these top 4 drivers. The next round, round 7, is the penultimate round of the season, and that is at the Interlagos circuit in Brazil. That should be a really good round. There's a couple of long straights for overtaking, and there's a lot of corners where it's easy to make mistakes, just like Suzuka, as Sig Rezenico does right there. He drops down to 4th. So he had got up to 2nd after Mako made a mistake, but he's thrown that away, and he's on date tyres, making more and more mistakes. His tyres will be clean now as he gets into the hairpin. But that is crucial not only for this race, but it has crucial implications for the Rei Sportscar Championship standings. Sig Rezenico and Brothers V have been pretty close for most of the season, and if Sig continues to fall behind Brothers V, then Brothers V could be the champion this season and retake the crown. As we go up front, Alex Sinclair has now gapped 2nd, 3rd and 4th with their squabbling. He set some pretty good consistent lap times, 51.2, 51.0 as he goes through the Casio triangle. We see he stays out on softs. Mako has pretty worn tyres, and actually he has more worn tyres than Brothers V. That's quite surprising. Further back, Tyler, who started on softs, he has pitted and is likely to go to mediums, but Samios, who was just ahead of Tyler, he's pitted very early on the medium tyres. Is he going to go to the softs and try and do a one-stop? I think he is, yes he is. He's now going to do 11 laps on softs if he can pull that off to get to the end of the race. And if he can put some good laps in, he could end up ahead of the likes of Sig and Brothers V once they made their pit stops. Sammy was only 4 seconds behind as he entered the pits, so a couple of good lap times and he'll be ahead, and he will definitely be ahead of Sig Rezenico. Yet again, it's another mistake. That's an incredibly long spin. What has happened here? So here he's gone for he tried to go for a late apex, missed it, and then that's a really odd mistake. It's rare to see a car in that gravel. The car has snapped on him in a way that he definitely would not have expected. He was high in 3rd gear, turning heavily to the right, and he's lost at least 10 seconds to Brothers ahead. Any chance for podium, I think, is gone now for Sig. But we've seen that anything can happen. We've already had mistakes from many drivers, maybe others will make more. Down, Cyberstrike, who was in 7th, is making his first pit stop of the race. If he goes to the softs, it'll be interesting if he's going to do a one-stop or a two-stop. He struggled on the softs last time out. He made them last a while. However, he made a lot of mistakes, but he is on the soft tyres, so we'll catch that later on. Oh, that's not a good start for him. But he will be ahead of Pix once he makes his pit stop now. If we go back to the lead, Alex's front tyres are looking very bad. But he stays out. He's going to stay out until lap 9 and then do probably 9 laps on medium tyres. 2nd place and 3rd, very close. We've got Mako defending on the inside from Brothers V. So how is Brothers V caught up? I mean, Brothers V isn't too close going into the chicane, but if we just ride on board of him, you can see a slight lock-up from Mako. He runs onto the AstroTurf that we've seen Sig go on a couple of times. And Mako instantly defends. Brothers not going into the slipstream, he's staying to the outside. And we can see that Mako actually retakes the racing line going into turn 1. We got half of the race to go. Oh, amazing drift from Sig. Certainly not quick, but it's a spectacle to see. But what that's actually doing is it's holding up Samios now, who's on his fresh softs. He's had a very good outlap there of 48.6. That doesn't count towards fastest lap because it was an outlap. And so there's a little bit of time. Oh, what's happened there? Sigs was... I did not expect an incident there. We're going to go on board with Sammy. Sammy's tried to go for an inside move in the S's. Sig's been sent almost off the track, and there might be some stern words after the race. Oh, well, this is a disastrous race for him. He's pushed too hard in Degnum 1, got onto the gravel, and then a spectacular spin. He really is the king of showing how to make a spin look so exotic. He certainly doesn't have boring spins, I'll tell you that. So Sig could have been fighting for second or first even, but now he's sixth and hasn't even made a pit stop. But speaking of Samios, he is setting really quick lap times here, and because he's on soft tyres and the two cars ahead of Mako and Brothers V are on very worn mediums, you can just see the tyre wear at the bottom left. It might mean that Samios will rejoin ahead of these drivers once they make their pit stops, and one of the drivers to make a pit stop is that of Brothers V. His tyres weren't as bad as Mako's, but potentially he'll go on to another set of... Well, he might go on to a first set of softs. We'll see where he rejoins with Sammy soon. Here he is coming out of the pits. Where is Samios? Is he on a screen? There he is, and it's very close between them, but Samios gets it around the outside at turn 1 by about half a second. And that is crucial for the rest of this race, especially as Brothers V is on medium tyres. He has not used the softs yet again. So now Sammy and Brothers, neither of them has to pit, I believe. So if Brothers wants to gain that position, he has to do it on track. So great strategic call from Sammy to pit early. He's just done his best lap of the race so far at 51.3. Meanwhile, Brothers, before his pit stop, was doing 52.2 and 52.4. That's quicker lap times than Mako is doing. So Mako's really is losing out, and he's struggling to make these tyres last. However, he only has 8 laps to do, so he might go onto the soft tyres unlike Brothers V. Alex Sinclair, his soft tyres are very worn, but he is still doing faster laps than Mako, so it's still been a pretty good stint from the Irish driver. He's built up a solid lead, hasn't made mistakes, and this is the best opportunity he's had for a race win this season. Just a really quick... Oh, sorry, I thought Alex had locked up slightly just further back. Tyler's having a good time of it in 5th place. He's on fresh soft tyres. Sig made a pit stop at the same time as Brothers V. He's now on soft tyres for the last 9 laps. Pigstech has yet to pit, and he is 2.5 seconds ahead of Cyberstrike, but the driver who is in second, Mako, and our race winner from the first race, and current fastest lap holder, is in the pits. Where will he be with Sammy and Brothers? He's nowhere. Where will he be with Tyler? Let's go on board with Tyler, we can see. And that's disastrous for Mako. He's rejoined behind Brothers and Sammy. So a really poor in-lap for Mako, and maybe too long on those medium tyres. However, he is now on the faster compound compared to Brothers, and he's on fresher tyres compared to Sammy. We can see in the bottom left that the front tyres for Samios are slightly worn already, but he is setting a very quick Sector 1 lap, Sector 1 time right this moment. Now, where is Samios in regards to Alex Sinclair? I wasn't really thinking about that because Alex has such a big gap. However, he's hit the cliff. His front right especially is really hurting him through spoon curve. Even in 3rd gear you can see the understeers, and then in 2nd gear and 3rd gear he's really struggling to keep that car towards the apex. A 53.4 Samios doing 50.7, that's 2.5 seconds gained. It's going to be very tight with Alex and Samios might take the lead here with an amazing strategic call there on lap 7. However, he has older tyres than everyone else, so we have an exciting race on our hands here, and Alex does pit, as did Pixtecker. Now Pixtecker rejoins in 8th place, but Alex Sinclair, where is he going to rejoin? He will surely go onto medium tyres now for the last 7 laps. But is he going to be ahead of Samios? It's going to be touch and go because of the good laps that Sammy's put in and the sort of slower laps that Alex has put in. And yet again, we're racing a pit exit and Sammy's got Alex, just like Sammy got Bradders. Is Bradders going to get Alex? Let's go on board with Bradders. No, Alex defends into turn 2. So the entire race here has shaped, it's just been shaken, it's been stirred. Who would have expected that Samios, who was in 5th place, has now taken the lead? Meanwhile, Alex, who was comfortably in the lead, has now dropped to 2nd, and Mako, who could have eased, Mako, who was ahead of Bradders, has now dropped behind Bradders. So everything's changed. Let's just look at Alex Sinclair, and he is on the soft compound. That's a disaster from his pit crew. He only had 7 laps to go. The medium tyre is the mandatory compound, yet he's gone from soft to soft. He has to use the mediums. If he'd used the mediums then, he could have won this race. He would have still had to overtake Sammy while on a slower compound. But here he hasn't made his mandatory medium stint. Alex is not going to win this race because he has not used his mediums. He has to pit again. Now what Alex could do is pit on lap 17 and do 1 lap on mediums, but even that is going to send him behind Mako and Bradders, and maybe even Tyler, who's having a very good lap in very good race in 5th place. And deep apologies, we've missed out on some great stuff behind. So while focusing on the strategic disaster, I'm saying disaster too much, I'm very, very, very sorry. Maka got by for 3rd on soft tyres, Bradders is on mediums. Tyler's doing some good laps on softs, and then Sig is on softs, but a long way down, but he did get the fastest lap of the race for 1 extra bonus point. We have Alex Sinclair now making a move for the lead, however, it's all in vain due to that pit error. He goes into 1st, it seems as if Sammy lets him by, he almost runs off the track actually, and that might mean that Mako will close in on the American driver. We'll just go on board and look how close it is as we go into the S's. No, you cannot do a move there. We did see Sammy and Sig race side by side and then make contact earlier, so certainly not a good place to... Oh, and I think a little bit of contact, but absolutely no harm for either driver. If these drivers here continue racing, that's going to help Bradders V out. It's also going to help out Tyler. Ooh, what a drift from Mako. Will we see him go for a move into the hairpin? He is actually quite close, but not close enough. He almost makes contact with the rear. He actually slightly does on the exit of the turn. This is pretty much the battle for the lead and the win, due to the fact that Alex will have to pit again and use the medium tyre. So Sammy is essentially in 1st with Mako 2nd and Bradders V rounding out the podium. Tyler's only a few seconds back, so it might be a good race between Alex Sinclair and Tyler at the end of this race, depending on how many laps Alex does eventually do on the mediums. Maka trying to go around the outside of Sammy at 130 up. He's on way too wide. He's on the grass again into the braking zone. Somehow he makes the apex even with dirty tyres. Let's go on board of him through the final turn. But he's not close enough and the slipstream is not aiding him enough. Oh, we've got a spun out car. It's that of Pixteca. He's going to now be a lap down through the S's. Where is Cyberstrike? He's just coming through the hairpin. It's a better race for him than last time out, but he's got 5 more laps to do on soft tyres. Sig having a poor race here in the Rei Sportscar Championship, and races like this is going to potentially give Brothers V the championship lead. Here is Sammy and Mako, the battle for second place currently. Mako really does close in through the Degners, which is surprising with the amount of dirty air through the S's just before that. Mako's certainly got a lot of pace. Has he got the fastest lap though? No. His fastest lap was a 49.7. Sig is a 49.7, but it's a 7.1. But we'll go back to this battle for second. It seems as if Sig will have the fastest lap point sewn up unless Alex Sinclair can do something about it. He's got clean air and reasonably fresh soft tyres. We've got a small field here today, however we still had some great battling through the top 6 and still the race is up for grabs. Sammy, Mako, Bradders, maybe even Tyler can sneak the win here. And Mako's going for the inside of the final turn. Oh, Sammy gives him room, and that's a superb move from Mako. He got a really good run through the chicane. But Sammy's now gonna attempt to go around the outside of turn 1. That's going to be risky stuff, but he's actually made it. He almost goes off the track onto the AstroTurf. Mako's run wide, Mako's missed the apex, and Sammy has spun. Sammy there onto the curb. Mako missed the apex, understood a little bit wide. Sammy has to cut turn 3 after that half spin. Rejoins in 4th. It was almost 5th, but Tyler has gone absolutely off the track, as has Alex. Alex Sinclair's pitted. No? What's happened here? I have absolutely no idea. I'm very confused. We've had 3 spins in like the same corner. So Alex spins in turn 3. Sammy almost goes off at turn 3. Tyler goes off at turn 3. Pix goes off at turn 3. That's amazing. That is the best thing that we've had so far in Season 6 of the Rei Sportscar Championship. Changed my mind. We've had 4 drivers pretty much go off at the same corner within about 4 seconds of each other. Back to the race action. So we saw Mako there, he took the lead, and then there was contact with Sammy. Sammy was onto the curb and sent onto the grass. Bradders V there is in 2nd. He avoided all of that carnage. Sammy, after that incident, is in 3rd. I've got an investigation here. So we have a race investigation between Mako and Samios. So that's number 69 and... is it number 11 for Mako? It is. So we'll give you that in the next couple of laps while the stewards do their job. Alex Sinclair, who had his spin, he went from what was actually the lead down to 4th, but he has to make a pit stop still because he hasn't used the mediums. Tyler is in 5th, but Sig is still a long way back. But Tyler will gain 4th place because... No! Tyler's pitting. Okay. I thought Tyler was going to take 4th, but he must have thought his tyres are pretty bad, or he was doing a 2-stop strategy. Now what tyres did Tyler start on? Let me think. Oh, Tyler did start On the soft compound, that is why. He will now be on the medium compound, so I've completely misunderstood the situation. Tyler's one of the few drivers doing a legitimate two-stop, and Sig sneaks past through turn 2. Great move there from the Italian. No. Tyler's going to be disappointed with that, especially after his mistake. He's using the mediums for pretty much as little as he can. Alex is now on the mediums. He's accidentally done the same strategy as Tyler, but he now has faster tyres than Samios, but Sami is a good 15 seconds up the road. Bradders is then a further 8 seconds up the road, but Mako is in the lead and is 3 seconds ahead. Oh, Bradders has gone off the track in second. That's the first big mistake I think he's made here at Suzuka. He loses about 5 seconds, and that's what is happening today. We've got so many people making mistakes at the same corner simultaneously. Bradders went off, then Sami goes off. Let's just catch a replays. We didn't see the... Oh, it was a very similar mistake to Bradders. However, Bradders went further towards the tarmac. Sami ended up on the AstroTurf. Will he fall behind Alex Sinclair? No, we've only got Alex Sinclair coming through Spoon. But he is still just behind Sami as we just switch back to him. We've had mistakes from nearly every single driver. One of the drivers who has made the least mistakes is that of Mako. His tyre conservation hasn't been the best. He did have the incident with Sami, and I've just got news that there is no penalty being applied there for either driver for that incident. So that's good news for Mako there, who will stay in the lead. No time penalty for him. Braddersby in second after his mistake, Sami in third, Alex in fourth, and Sig is ahead of Tyler after Tyler's pit stop. So we saw Cyber just off the track there while being lapped, but how did it happen? Oh, it said the same term that everyone else went off at, but he's just clipped the... No, he's had a mechanical problem. He's had a major technical failure, and then going through the S's, the car has switched on him in a terrible way. And what was we had a fantastic 6-car scrap at the start of this race, but then it's turned into a battle of survival as here in 7th place Cyberstrike struggles to get up to speed due to dirty tyres. But he finally gets going. He's still ahead of 8th place Pix Tekka. Okay, it's calmed down a little bit. Mako, 17th place, he's doing a good soft tyre stint. Fastest lap was a 49.7, but it was not as quick as Sigra's and Nico's fastest lap. Braddersby in second, but the closest battle on track is here between Samios and Alex Sinclair. We can just see them in the same shot here. Alex's fastest lap is only 3/10 slower than that of Sig and Mako's, but there's no fastest lap points for having the 3rd fastest lap of the race. Oh wow, Cyberstrike going backwards at Spoon. We've had cars on the outside, we've had cars on the inside. It might get pretty close for 3rd here between Sami and Alex, because Sami is doing 53-second lap times due to his worn softs after pitting on lap 7, but Alex I think is doing 50.4. He's 3 seconds quicker almost, and he is less than 3 seconds behind. We will catch that near the end of this lap. Just seeing how Mako getting on. He's not making too many mistakes now. So let's just go with Sami and Alex, as this is the battle to watch out for. We had a fantastic podium scrap back in race 1, and yet again on the final lap we've got another. Who will take the champagne bottle of Wolf Cola back home to their home country. Is it going to be Sammy or Alex? Sammy having to defend for his life, and Alex sadly tapped the rear of Sammy. I think that Alex was a little bit caught out by the apex speed of Sammy due to the tyre differences. Will he be able to go for the inside for Spoon? This will be a fantastic move if he can pull it off. They go side by side. Sammy gives room but is able to hold on through Spoon 1. Can he hold off through Spoon 2? I think he can. We're just very quickly going to look at our race winner. This is a double header event win for Mr. Mako. Congratulations to him. Second place just behind his brothers V. Third place is potentially Samios. He's having to defend in 130R. And Alex is too far back, I think, into the... Oh, and that sent Sammy almost off the track. Alex is now on the inside. Alex spins, and Alex hits the wall. No, he does not hit the wall. Wow. Here is a Wolf Cola sponsored replay. Alex carried more speed from Sammy through this chicane, and Sammy had clearly hit the cliff, but Alex was on the curbing. There's very little grip there. Alex in 4th place then at the end of that race. Sig is in 5th after some of the best pirouettes I've ever seen. However, it is not a dancing competition. It's a motor race. Tyler's having a pretty good race, but he had a couple of mistakes then. Near the end, he finishes in 6th. Cyber, he's crossed the line in 7th lap down, and then just about to cross the line another lap down is Pixtecker. We hope you have enjoyed this race of the Rei Sportscar Championship. We'll see you next time at Interlagos.